Meanwhile, the pressure might be on to unite behind Romney, but you can well understand why the guys opposing him aren't about to do that. For one thing, ahead of tomorrow's races in Colorado, Missouri, and Minnesota, Mitt Romney has a little bit more than 100 delegates. That's 3 times as many as his closest rival, Newt Gingrich. But pollster Sabrina Schaeffer wants you to remember that they still leave Romney more than 1,000 delegates shy of the numbers he'll need to win the nomination. So I imagine for the guys who are opposing him, they're not going anytime soon, Sabrina.
They're most certainly not. I mean, one of the big things to keep in mind is the proportional representation this time, that these are not all winner-take-all states, which is changing the game significantly. But, you know, Romney is poised to win Minnesota and Colorado later in the month, Maine, as well as Michigan and Arizona. It does give him quite a lead, but we still have Super Tuesday
well,
a month from today.
Minnesota's not a given, right? There are some polls there that show
no.
he could lose that state. And in Missouri, even though no delegates are at stake, he could lose that as well. We don't know until tomorrow, but let's say that were to happen, then what?
Well, I think that we'll see that Super Tuesday is going to be sort of the cutoff point. Either we're going to see Republicans really coalesce behind Romney, or we're going to see that we're in for the long, long haul. And you know, the way that this primary season's been going, there's been a lot of surprises. Even after Florida, Ron Paul was still, you know, gathering a lot of big rallies. I think that people are not quite ready to settle in. That being said, I think that Romney, there's been a real benefit to him being in the race this long. He's had a lot of time to polish, to refine his message, and I think it's helping him.
How important is it for Romney that you still have Santorum in the race, you still have Gingrich in the race? I'll leave Ron Paul out of this because he's an anomaly unto himself. But those two guys battling for the conservative vote is a good thing for Romney.
It is, and I actually think, I mean, maybe I'm alone on this, but I really think it's actually good for Romney all around. The fact that the more he has to fight with his own party, the better it is for him in the general election. It's like a very intense warm-up for the general election. He's had to really think about how he's going to respond on issues like health care, issues like immigration, finance, his ties to Bain Capital. All of these things are certainly going to be coming up in the general election, and the fact that he's had to really fight them out with Santorum and with Gingrich and even with Paul is not insignificant.
Well, it made Barack Obama, say what you will, a better nominee after the fight with Hillary Clinton. Right. It made Bill Clinton a better nominee after the struggle for the 1992 nomination. So having said all of that, you do have this backdrop I was discussing with David Drucker of an improving economy. How does that change the Romney argument, I'm the economic Mr. Fix-It? How does it compel voters to go to it?
Well, we're talking about, we're still over 8% unemployment, and we're 10 months away from the election, so or 9.5 months. So we have a long ways to go. Lots can change, lots of twists and turns. I in no way would suggest that Obama can sail into the White House, you know, for a second term without a struggle. And I think that, you know, he recognizes that. I think it's important that we recognize he's brought some old people back onto the payroll. I think he's looking to figure out how best to position himself. And no doubt the economy is important, but I think that it's not necessarily going to be a magic wand because we haven't seen the kind of improvement that we really need.
All right, Sabrina, thank you very much.